Imagine having the chance to give the gift of life to someone else. A 20-year-old Cincinnati native did just that.
She helped a little boy from another state, and she never met him.
Jessica Schmidt joins us with this heartwarming story. It's another one you will see only right here on Fox 19 Now.
Heartwarming is right. So we can tell you that Kaylin Speed, who is from Cincinnati, is currently a nursing student at Wright State University. On a whim, there she is behind me, she signed up to become a potential stem cell donor, not knowing that her decision to do so would ultimately save a little boy's life.
Hello!
An emotional meeting, an entire year in the making.
First of all, thank you so much. I owe you everything. Of course. It's so amazing that you did this at such a young age.
This video call brought the two families together for the first time. On the left, 20-year-old Kaylin Speed, a college student from Cincinnati, alongside her relatives. On the right, Derek and Jen Pomrinky with their children Valen and Mads, who live south of Chicago.
Just so happy that you guys were okay.
Their stories unknowingly started to connect when Mads got sick. His symptoms were subtle.
He was congested and kind of had a runny nose and that kind of thing when he was 5 months old.
Mads' parents say his diagnosis was devastating, a type of cancer called acute myeloid leukemia. Doctors told Jen and Derek their son needed a stem cell transplant to survive.
Something that you never want to hear, especially for your child.
Unsure of what to expect, the family readied themselves for what could be a long wait. But in May 2020, they got the call. There was a 10 out of 10 match. Over in Ohio, Kaylin was Mads' perfect donor.
Yeah, it's a huge relief knowing that you have a match.
Kaylin immediately said yes to going through with the donation. The transplant was initially scheduled as a surgery, but because of the pandemic, they had to do it differently.
I just had those appointments to get my blood drawn, and then I had to go get a physical exam, and then the 4 shots, and that was it. And I did not know it was going to be that little of something to do for such a big reward.
Yeah, it just looked like he was getting a blood transfusion, and it was quick, took a half hour.
After a few months in the hospital, Mads, now 2.5 years old, was sent home to recover. The donation deemed a success.
We didn't know until the 6-month mark. They're like, he made it, he's okay.
As long as everything stays uneventful, he's cured. And at the 5-year mark is when they consider him cured from leukemia.
Both families had to wait a year before their virtual meeting, but they all say it was worth it because they now have a bond they'll carry for life.
She's an amazing human being that she gave our little guy a second chance at life, and looking at him now, you would have no clue that he went through all of those ups and downs of this crazy diagnosis and during a pandemic and everything like that. So she's pretty amazing.
I'm looking at him and I'm like, this little boy essentially has almost the same DNA as me. That is insane. This little boy has a mark on me, and I have a mark on him forever.
Yeah, really amazing stuff. So we can tell you that Kaylin registered as a potential stem cell donor through DKMS, which is an international nonprofit focused on eradicating blood cancers. A spokesperson for that organization told me to see if you can help. All you have to do is request a free kit, swab your cheeks, and then send that kit back. They also say the need right now is great because about 70% of people who have blood cancer need a donor outside of their own family. To learn more about how all of this works, you can visit our website or news app. Jessica Schmidt, Fox 19 Now.
Jessica, thanks. That'd be a really interesting story to do the next step and actually explain in detail how this works.
Right. Because most people do not know.
I don't.
Fascinating.
We were talking about that during the story. We're like, how do you even do that? And how do you do bone marrow and all that kind of stuff?
Right.
Yeah, it's really incredible. I think that's a great idea. Maybe something we can pursue.
Yeah. Good for her.